Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBae. I am MovieBae, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review over the messy first week of Big Brother 26. But before we get too into it though, let me check my audio because y'all know how that goes. Yep. Okay, babe. All right. So before we get too into it, if you are new here, hi, my name is MovieBae. Here on YouTube, I do reviews, reactions, and commentaries to movies and television. And if that is the kind of content you like, I feel like I'm lagging. Feel free to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. Okay. I do let me check. Let me get in my playlist. Oh, I don't have my playlist up. Lord Jesus. Okay, here we go. Boom. I do reality competition shows like you're here watching. I do throwback movie reviews. I review basically anything I watch and need to talk about. I do a review over it. So you really just gotta like scour through my YouTube channel to see, oh, she talked about that. Let me watch it. Okay. Because if you like it, I'll probably watched it and talked about it. All right. Now let me go ahead and pull up my slideshow. Because that's the only thing I didn't have up. I was like, I know I'm missing something. What is it? It's my slideshow. Dang, and my slideshow is a little bit incomplete. But that's okay. We're going to thug it out. Now, this has been a very eventful first week of Big Brother. Do y'all agree? I know y'all do. Regardless if you're watching the feed. Matter of fact, it's only been eventful if you're watching the feeds. I'm not even going to hold you. If you're not watching the feeds or watch somebody recap the feeds, you are literally only getting half of the story, like for real. This is the first season where I have actually watched the feeds myself. And then last season, I started watching people like recap the feeds. So like this season, I'm doing like both. Like whatever I miss, I watch recaps. I'll link their YouTube channels in the description box. But I know if y'all watch Big Brother, Kayla Fro, Ori, and Big Brother Boy, those are the three people who right now that I found and have subscribed to because they keep me updated with the feeds, especially Ori every morning. Every morning at like 8 a.m. He's on there talking about what happened on the feeds. So with that being said, this review, I'm going to do just a review. I'm not really going to be recapping, but I am going to do a review about everything that's happened, and I am going to sprinkle in parts of that's important that come from the feed. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So we all knew, or if y'all didn't know, oh wait, is this the episode? Hold on. All right. So the powers, we know the upgrades. Quinn and MJ got them. So we find out what they actually get. So Quinn gets a power entitled Deep Fake HOH, where he can secretly take over someone's HOH reign. Okay. And Quinn tells Angela that he has this power. Why? It's only like week 1. I'm not even on. Oh, and he has 4 weeks to use it. I'm not gonna tell nobody about my power until we have like some type of bond. If I do tell, because I probably would never tell. But if we have like some type of bond or something, like week 3, possibly on week 4, then I consider telling somebody. But the week 1, absolutely not. But Quinn and Angela, they have some type of final 2 deal going on, so that's why he felt the need to tell her. Now, MJ, and Quinn's plan with his power, and I think it's honestly brilliant, is if he wins HOH, he can make all of these moves and act like he isn't like and act like somebody else is taking over his HOH. So either like that, or he wants to take over, I think, Lisa's HOH if she ever gets a HOH, to make her look bad because they are now common enemies. More so Angela and Lisa. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's get to MJ and her power. So MJ gets the America's veto, which is she gets to remove somebody off of the block, and America gets to choose who is going to take that person's place. All right. So Ainsley, this is what I call her, AI Ainsley. She tells us that we have new rules for this summer. We don't know how long these rules are going to last, but here are the rules as they are. So an HOH will nominate 3 people, okay? On live eviction night, those 3 people will compete in the AI arena where one of them can remove themselves from the block. Then the following house guests, then the house guests will have to vote to evict one of the 2 nominees that are still remaining who lost in the AI arena. So I like this. And according to, the BBologists, they say that, America and fans were kind of wanting for more exciting eviction nights. And this is their way of doing that. And versus, like everybody just dogpiling on, voting with the house, basically, because that is boring. I low-key do skip through eviction nights. I'm not going to hold you because, like I said, it's a dog pile. Everybody just going to, I'll vote for this person. I'll vote for this person. I'll vote for this person. Nobody has the BALLS to vote for who they really want to vote for in fear of backlash. So this, with the AI arena, it basically is going to, nobody's going to know who the actual final 2 nominees are going to be because it's up for grabs and one of the nominees can get themselves off of the block. Okay. So, as y'all all know, tonight was eviction night. And, I don't know, like the competition, like I like how it kind of was like last minute. You didn't know who was actually going to be nominated. I mean, like, on the voting block. But the competition itself really wasn't like as exhilarating as I thought it was going to be. We'll get into that a little bit later. So for the first HOH, if y'all can see here, we had this little competition where, what's that game called where you slide the stuff? What is that stuff called? You slide the little disc and I can't remember. But they basically had to play that. But the rules changed every round, and I thought that was cool. But Angela ends up winning the first HOH of the season. Okay. Now, if I was to ever play Big Brother, I would not want to win HOH first. And I know that y'all know why. It's kind of like a curse, honestly. And we'll see if that curse stands, prominent. But if you win the first HOH, you're usually voted out that second week. And a lot of people ruin their game because they have a bad first HOH week. And Angela is one of those people. When I tell you paranoia was at an all-time high, So let's get into it. Angela, and if I'm not mistaken, this is either before or after she won HOH, but she tells Matt that, he's so handsome and he's bound to be in a showman's. We already know it. Of course you are. Look at you. You're gorgeous. Okay, boom. So Matt takes this as Angela is trying to paint a target on his back because we all know that nobody likes a showman's. 2 votes, 1 vote turns into 2 votes. We need to split them up and get them out, right? So he is thinking that Angela is trying to paint a target on his back and that now that she's HOH, she might put him up because of this potential showman's material. So, because Angela is in good with Joseph and Quinn, and I believe it was Chelsea at the time, Joseph goes back and tells Angela, hey, Matt is going around telling everybody that you might put him up because of this showman stuff, right? So Angela pulls Matt aside and she apologizes. She was like, I didn't mean it that way. You're just gorgeous. So I just thought that, you might be in the showman's. I did not mean it as a means to putting a target on your back, right? All is forgiven. You would have thought that they should have walked away, right? No, Matt sits there and he just puts his foot in his mouth. Honestly, he just starts talking too much. And he says, well, if you were to put me up, I didn't know how to take it. I was thinking like, okay, well, game on. Because, I got the opportunity in the AI arena to get myself down. And then even if I don't get myself down, I'm like by all the people in the house. So ain't nobody going to vote me home. So try it. How he said it is literally very similar to how I said it. How Angela took it was a different way. She felt threatened by Matt, but not too much so. She ends up nominating Kenny, Lisa, and Chemo. Now, in that episode, in episode 3, when she nominates Kenny, Lisa, and Chemo, you kind of think that it's like, well, where did that come from, right? That's why I was like, if you're not watching the feeds, you're literally only getting half of the story. So, in this day, at the first, this was probably like the first 2 days that the feeds first came on. And that's the days that I actually watched. And she stated that Joseph, Cedric, everybody was talking about how she was going to nominate those 3 people, Kenny, Lisa, and Chemo, because they don't have any alliances in the house. They kind of shy and they keep to themselves. And I thought that was a cop-out. I don't like, because as the first HOH especially, you don't really know anybody. There's really not a strategy for real. So in order not to get too much blood on your hands, you just nominate people that people normally wouldn't care about. Because these people haven't been talking to a lot of people, so let's nominate them, right? I didn't like the nominees. I thought that, like I said, that was a cop-out. And Kenny also had a feeling that he was going to get nominated too. So all of this was cut out of the editing. And they just summarized it up in her speech as to why she nominated them people. So now episode 4 is the veto competition episode, right? So after they've been told that they've been nominated, Angela makes her rounds, right? She tells, right. As of now, Kenny is Angela's target, but Angela still has Matt in the back of her mind because y'all know he stated that, if you were to put me up, I can get myself off. And even if I don't, people will never vote me out. They love me too much. So that is haunting Angela's brain. Okay. And the paranoia begins. So Angela makes her rounds. She apologizes to Chemo, lets him know that I really love you. I don't think you have any connections in the house, blah. She apologizes to Lisa, let Lisa know that Kenny is the target. But Lisa, she ain't having it. She like, okay, so why put me up then? If you like me, if you cool with me, if this is your target, why even put me up? Lisa ain't buying it. Okay. When I did like the cast rundown, I didn't care for Lisa, but I always rock with a real one. And I like how Lisa was like, no, not giving you a hug. I don't understand your choices. So I could appreciate her being real and not just like, oh, well, she said HOH, let me kiss her butt. No, I'm mad at you right now. Can appreciate that. So y'all know on Big Brother, and I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I've definitely noticed while watching Big Brother that this is a huggy, touchy, feely show. And if I was to ever be on this show, I'm one of those people who, I'm not a hugger. Like when it's Thanksgiving time, I walk in the house, hey, everybody. I'm not hugging everybody, bro. I'm hugging my grandparents. And that's really it. I'm not even going to. I'm not a hugger. Don't come and hug me. So everybody's comforting Angela because she had such a hard decision to make. Oh, it was so hard. It's so hard. Oh, Angela, give me a hug. Everybody except for Matt. Angela notices that Matt didn't give me a hug. This was a hard decision, and he acted like he doesn't care. Ooh. I'm like, was she really mad because he didn't give her a hug for real? Y'all, Angela is tweaking. She's in the HOH room watching the cameras. She timing how many people go in and out of the storage room. If you sit by Matt, she thinks that you have now aligned yourself with Matt. Like Angela is paranoid. And it's really, honestly, of Matt. It's all like Matt centered. It makes no sense why she thinks that Matt thinks she's a threat. Now, another thing that they didn't even include in the episode that was mentioned on the feeds, the first night that the feeds came on, first day, whatever. Mackenzie was in the bathroom talking cash money ish about Angela, how Angela is the next target. She's a threat. She's underestimated. We need to get her out as soon as possible. So all that heat that she felt for Matt, she real life should have been feeling for Mackenzie. But throughout the days, I guess her and Mackenzie became close because I did see them on the feeds like laying around with each other talking whoop de whoop de whoop. So this all leads up to Angela and her crazy eyes. Oh my God, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. This is probably the most epic. This definitely gonna go down in the Big Brother recap, countdown, best moments type stuff. You know, the videos that be on YouTube, they have made the cut. Angela rehearsed her speech, mind you, the night prior, what she's gonna say. Okay. Now she comes downstairs, y'all. This was so funny to me. I watched this scene like 3 times. She comes downstairs clapping in slow mo. So everybody's like in the kitchen, most of everybody's in the kitchen, and they start clapping. No, they think everything's sweet. She comes downstairs and she just starts calling Matt out. Wow, Matt, I can't believe it. Everybody's like, what's she talking about? Starts laying in on Matt, how Matt is basically coming at her and she's such a big threat and she can't believe it. And let me see, like, what did I write? Right. So she just started talking all type of stuff about him and the showman, saying Mackenzie could do better, saying that he's not handsome anymore because he's ugly on the inside and you can't be cute on the outside if you're ugly on the inside. And I mean, she was just like going in on him. Lots of quotables, by the way. Oh, and the night prior, Quinn and Joseph, they come in her room saying that they want to start an alliance with her, bring her into this big alliance called the Collective. And by the way, she was like, oh my God, the Collective is coming for me. They're lying to me. It's like, girl, what? So anyway, so she calls out that. She's like, and for everybody who came to my room last night, your performance was great for a low budget movie. I said, but not Angela say it's giving to me. Angela said, y'all give it to me. Oh my God. OMG. Honestly. Oh, and then of course y'all already know she started attacking like Matt's appearances, him and his crazy eyes. And it's so funny because before she had her little blow up, I was like, bro, every time he talked, like his eyes like buck out, like for real. And it's so funny that she noticed too and started, making fun of him for it. But that whole argument, when I heard about it because I told y'all I watched the feed recaps. When I heard about it on the feed recaps, I was like, wow. Huh. When I saw it edited on Big Brother, I was like, oh, this don't look good for her. This does not look good for Angela, and Matt really looked like the victim. Now, Angela, a lot of people saying she was giving Karen because she said that Matt verbally threatened her, verbally, aggressively threatened her, when she was apologizing or whatever. And I was like, aggressive? It definitely wasn't aggressive, but was it? I don't even think it was really a threat. Was it a challenge? For sure. He definitely challenged her for sure, but he didn't say it in an aggressive way. It was probably more passive aggressive than anything. Bottom line, I still think that she was blowing this out of proportion for real. She had just been obsessing over him anyways from day one for real. So of course, everything he says and does is just like adding fuel to the fire in her brain. So I really think that blow up made her look bad. But all of Matt's like diary room and him going crying and everybody consoling him, I was like, oh, he is selling it, ain't he? Oh, he is selling it, ain't he? Because I wouldn't be crying. And he even noticed it in the moment. He was like, yeah, keep going. Like, let them see you look crazy. Like, you are making a fool of yourself. Like, he even recognized, like, this is America. Let them see you go off like that. And Matt was the victim. I low key, damn, bro, she went off on him. Y'all gotta see that. She low key went off on him. I'm not even gonna hold you. Something in me wanted Matt to say something back, but he played it right. He played it right. In order to be the victim, you can't say nothing back. You got to act all lost and dumbfounded. I really do think he was lost and dumbfounded, because when she said he aggressively threatened me, he was like, huh? No. But did he challenge her? For sure. For sure. Something that was, all right, veto competition. New veto rules too, y'all. New veto rules. So the HOH picks the chips. Oh, of course. After the blow up, Angela's alliance members are questioning if they even want to continue working with her. Now, the veto rules kind of changed too. The HOH gets to pick the chips. I think it's less people playing in the veto now. So it's 3 nominees. HOH. She picks 2 chips. Okay, if she picks a chip that has one of the nominees' names, they then get to choose who they want to play. So who ended up playing this veto was Kenny, Chemo, Lisa, Joseph, Brooklyn, and of course Angela. Because I thought the HOH was gonna be able to play, but whatever. It's a spelling bee. Lisa wins, takes herself off of the block, and now Matt is nominated in her place. Listen, something that was taken off of the episode that was in the live feeds is Lisa told Angela to apologize to Matt, and she did. And they started thinking about replacement nominees being Tucker or Takor. Okay, so they left that part out, and I feel like that was an important part, but I guess it really didn't matter because, yeah, y'all know, episode 5, Matt ends up going home 8-3 vote. All right, so episode 5 was tonight, the eviction night tonight. You already know it's all about campaigning. But what's notable is Kenny is emotional about competing against Matt, and basically he's willing to fall on his sword so Matt can continue on in the game. He's like, I got a good life and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And well, why are you here? If you are here, knowing it's a possibility that you can be up against somebody who needs it more than you, why would you even take somebody else's spot on the show in general? Honestly, I wanted Kenny to go home for that reason alone. And Angela called him out on that too. It's so funny. I really thought that the older people would be aligned. Oh no, they coming for each other head. So the AI Arena Challenge is Chemo, Matt, and Kenny. It's called Glitch in the System. They basically have 2 minutes to identify the house guest that is seen the most. I said Takor, and I was wrong. But Chemo ends up winning that, getting himself off the block. And Chemo just had me almost in tears because he was crying and hyperventilating before the challenge even started, child. It was like do or die for Chemo, for real. But even if Chemo lost, everybody was like, not everybody, but a majority of the people were like, well, we're not voting Chemo home. Because if we think about it strategically, Chemo is not really a threat for real. And he's quiet, but that's a good thing. Like you don't have no waves, you ain't making no waves, you ain't gonna be no big strategic group alliance, you kind of low key. He's somebody who, why would we vote him out right now? So it does end up being Kenny against Matt. Matt, the only people who vote for Matt to stay, Lisa, Mackenzie, and Leah, his alliance members, Mackenzie, and Leah. And everybody else votes for him to leave and get evicted. As we all know, Cedric and Chelsea didn't have a vote, but even if they did, I'm pretty sure that they would have voted for Matt to be evicted as well. Yikes. Something in me kind of wanted Matt to stay just so I can continue to see, him and Angela kind of like go back and forth. But in Matt's speech before he, before everybody voted, he was like, all we want is peace. And if I come back in his house, we can make amends, we can squash it. We gonna just, play the game and not go at each other. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was very mature of him. Good. I mean, he is, I don't know if it's on purpose, but he's really selling this I'm the good guy and she attacked me card. Okay. Oh my God. I'm doing all this talking. I done made all these slides and I didn't even show y'all none of my slides. Bro, Angela was tweaking, bro. Angela was tweaking for real. Oh, I didn't have any for tonight. Well, boom. That's the episode. One thing about this season thus far, though, and it's so crazy how, granted, this house is messy. Like, you really only know the week 1 drama if you watch the feed or feed recaps. I know they can't fit it all in the episode, but at the same time, I feel like they're not putting enough of the behind the scene feed stuff into the episodes. And it's kind of leaving me to feel like I don't really know these characters for real. And it could be because it's how many people, y'all? 16 people in the house. And, we really get more into personalities as the show goes on. But I really just don't have, I just don't feel connected to none of these people yet. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that changes in the weeks to come. Let's talk about potential alliances before I get off of here. And this is the screen that I said was incomplete. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's week 1. No alliances are concrete, I will say. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want to talk about alliances really because no alliance is really concrete for real. Mackenzie and Leah, they are back up for grabs now that Matt is gone. That's kind of an issue. They were kind of like, I'm not going to say isolating themselves from everybody else, but they were kind of isolating themselves from everybody else, just banking on their little, what they called it, a throwmance, with 3 of them. As far as I know, Leah is kind of well liked by a few people. Not really. I mean, I always see Mackenzie talking to people, but I don't ever see people talking like highly of Mackenzie. Does that make sense? So, if she don't win HOH, she might be very vulnerable in the upcoming weeks. Yeah, I feel like right now I'm still gunning for Quinn to be he's doing really well. Quinn is doing really well. I'm so happy that Chelsea and Cedric weren't even on the block this week, especially for them having their downgrade power. That is a master of social game. They became real cool with the HOH. So that they wouldn't touch the block. Because like I said, they couldn't play in the veto. They couldn't do nothing. Can't play in the HOH, couldn't vote. They could not do anything but politics for real. And they're safe. They're safe another week. So we can see, what they got. Because we ain't really get to see much. We know that they both fumbled in that downgrade challenge. But, what else? Do y'all think that Angela will be vulnerable? I feel like Angela will only be vulnerable for leaving the following week 2, if Mackenzie or Leah or Lisa win or Kenny. Okay, Angela has made some enemies. The more I keep talking, I'm like, or this person, or that person, or this person. Lisa, Leah, Mackenzie, and Kenny, if any one of those people win HOH, Angela should be worried for sure. Aside from that, I don't even really see a house target as of now, but it's the Big Brother house. Somebody's liable to just put their foot in their mouth, and the next thing you know, boop, you're the target. All right. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. I think I've said all that I wanted to say. If I forgot anything, don't be afraid to drop it down in the comment section. I do be in the comments, and we can converse about week 1 of Big Brother 26. With that being said and done, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Ooh, there we go.